Hey, what's up guys, it's Shadowfax aka Louise, whichever one you want to call me, and today I proudly present, and I'm saying this proudly, it's not the best gameplay, but for me it is, I'm not going to lie, it's probably the best gameplay I've ever got. It is Domination on Nuketown, as you can see, and I went 69 and 12, which I was pretty pleased with. I did manage to get in Blackbird, Chopper Gunner and Dogs. I don't usually run those high kill streaks, but I decided to push myself, and it paid off. And also, as you can see, I'm rocking it out with the AK-47, by far my favourite gun, and I hadn't used it for a little while. But I decided to go back to it because the AK is such a beast. It is a proper bad boy, and I was so glad that I had gone back to it because obviously then I got this gameplay, so I was pretty happy. So yeah, but there is a bit in the gameplay which I'm just going to quickly explain to you now, so that you know what the hell was going through my mind when I did this. But I got my Blackbird, I then got my Chopper Gunner, and I forgot about the Chopper Gunner. I went to call, I'm standing in the middle of the map, go to call the Blackbird in, realise, oh no, actually it's the Huey it's going to call in, and I'm like, no! And yeah, I raged at myself so much for that. But, you know, so obviously I didn't get dogs in the first time, I was pretty pissed off with that, but oh well, shit happens. But anyway, speaking of rage, that's what I wanted to talk about today, because I am one hell of a rager myself. If anyone, you know, from the people that know me, I'm quite now well known for how much I rage, and I am probably one of the worst to have gamer rage. I rage like a bitch, I'm not gonna lie, and I do end up probably bursting my friend's eardrums a few times, and usually, I mean, I've got one friend that he tells me, shut up woman, shut up, and I'm like, okay, calm down, breathe, but yeah, so anyway, but it also, let's face it, I don't know about PSN, because I've never played it, but Xbox Live, raging is the culture, you know, you beat someone in a game, and they are likely to rage at you and tell you that you were cheating somehow, you were lag switching, you were glitching, you were this, you were that. They're going to get you hacked, they're going to get you banned because they happen, you know, I'm like really, you're going to get me banned? Yeah, my dad works for Microsoft, I'm going to get you banned. Or guess what, my dad happens to be Bill Gates. Yeah, no word of a lie. It's just sometimes he happens to like to pretend that his name's John and that he's a train driver on the London Underground. But shh, that's his secret identity, but he's really Bill Gates. So yeah, I don't think you will be getting me banned. I actually had someone fall for that once. That was quite amusing. But yeah, so what I wanted to talk about was rage, because I totally understand it, because I get it. I mean, if I've had, my job can be quite stressful, especially the company I work for. I'm not going to say what company because it's quite a well-known big company in the UK, so I'm not going to say their name, I will get in trouble. But that can be quite stressful, and when I come home and I'm stressed, playing the Xbox, playing these games, it is a stress relief for me. I've actually been told by the doctor, no word of a lie, that I shouldn't play these kind of games because it puts my mind into aggressive state. But I still play anyway, because like I said to her, this is my release, this is my stress relief. And raging, I do think, to a certain extent, is extremely healthy. I mean, what would you rather do? You know, if you're in a shitty, stressy mood, would you rather come on Black Ops or any of the CODs or any game, really, and let all your stress out on that? Or maybe not go on that and then go out and end up punching some poor random bastard in the face? You know what I mean? I know that, and I do see this as a complete stress relief for me. And I'm sure a lot of other people do, but there is one thing I don't do, which a lot of other people do. I would never ever go into game chat and start screaming at someone because they've beaten me. For one, I'm not that much of a sore loser, and you know, sometimes I'll rage because something was going on. You know, the connection was shit, someone was lag switching, some bastard had turbo, or sometimes it is, I'm not gonna lie, it's just because I'm shit. But I would never ever go into game chat and start screaming at them. I will save my screaming for those I hold nearest and dearest on Xbox Live. Let them put up with it. But I just wouldn't embarrass myself. And I certainly wouldn't be like, I'm going to get you hacked, I'm going to had them. You know, I mean, at one point I did have a host booter and I could boot people offline. It was hardly ever, it wasn't actually mine, it was my friend's, but I had access to it. I hardly ever used it. You know, someone would have to really piss me off and I mean, I know I'm 23, but me being one of my really immature moods for me to use it, I very rarely used it. And usually it was used, if it was used on people that I know from GTA, who, you know, modders who really piss me off on GTA. Because I'm kind of known on there, so, but I just wouldn't embarrass myself by going into game chat. Like, I had some guy, you know, everyone has good games, everyone has bad games, we all know this, and I had some guy raging at me the other night. I just suddenly heard, Shadowfax, put your mic in, and I was like, what? And he was telling me that I was glitching, I was boosting, I was all this, I was that, I was doing all these different things. He couldn't actually tell me exactly what I had been doing, but I had been cheating in some way, according to him, and he said other people had seen it as well, even though he couldn't tell me who these other people were. And it was purely because he had lost. And, you know, I'd been having a good day, I'd been having, you know, a few good games, and I'd ripped him apart. And he did not like it, and he was such a sore loser. And he was, you know, I mean, he then started with the, you're a slag, your mum's a whore, and all those stupid insults. I mean, this was a grown man, it was pretty pathetic. And I told him how pathetic I thought he was, but I'm also a wind-up merchant, and if people start on me like that, to me, they are being retarded and they are making a fool of themselves, and I will quite happily help them make even more of a fool of themselves. And he was raging so bad, and I was telling him, you know, calm down, dude, you know, you're just making yourself look stupid. But also, and I'd love someone to be able to tell me why. Not all guys, obviously, but some guys get really stressed when they get beaten by a girl. I have no idea why, because it doesn't matter about gender. Gender has nothing to do with game skill, let's all face it. If you're good, you're good. If you're shit, you're shit. It's got nothing to do with what's going on down below. But some guys, for some reason, really get pissed off if they get beaten by a girl, and this guy was one of them. And so I decided to annoy him all the more, telling him, look, it's not my fault you can't aim for shit, it's not my fault you just got your ass handed to you by a girl. I was winding him up like there was no tomorrow. Not that I actually, you know, I don't actually think of it because I'm a girl, that makes me better or anything. To be honest, I'm pretty bad. But, you know, sometimes I get good games. The majority of the time I get shit games, I'm not going to lie. But I will wind people up. I mean, I'm the type of person that will deliberately go onto World at War to find a modder and wind them up, because I think it's funny. But that's just me. But I do think that raging is healthy. But if you do go into game chat, start raging at random people, I think it's immature. It's not their fault that they're better than you, that they've happened to beat you this time, or if there's any connection issues or whatever. If you have got a problem, why not take it to private message? Because also the other people in the lobby, they don't want to be hearing you, you know, bitch and whine and moan, you know, like some old lady. Come on, dude, it's just not mature. It's just not mature. But yeah, I would love it if somebody would please tell me why guys, obviously not all guys, but why some guys get so wound up when they get beaten by a girl. What is it? What is it about? You know, I know we're supposed to be the fairer sex, and you know, and I mean, I don't know. I know traditionally it's supposed to be that guys are better than us in everything. I don't agree with that term, but, you know, I don't agree with that at all. But like I said, it doesn't matter what gender you are. If you're good, you're good. If you're shit, you're shit. But yeah, I'd love if someone could answer that for me. I'd be forever grateful, because it would help me in my quest to wind people up even more if I could even use it a bit more against them. It'd be funny. So yeah, but I think this is coming to an end now. That's my help. That we're gonna sum it up in a nutshell. Raging is healthy, but don't be immature enough to go into game chat, start screaming at everyone and threatening to hack them, and that your dad's Bill Gates, and that you're going to get them banned off the Xbox. Because quite frankly, even if you manage to get me banned off Xbox, I'd go and buy another one. It's not hard. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. If nothing else, thank you very much.